Good afternoon, and welcome to a very sophisticated movie, or should I say film, review. Okay.
That's a movie we saw.
We must say, we were quite fond of the first installment. I believe it was just called Alice in Wonderland, which is not very original. I must say, I did love the Jabberwocky.
Ah, yes. It was featured only in flashbacks in this second installment.
With the greatest misfortune, we saw this film in 3 dimensions rather than 2. How do you think that altered the viewing experience for you, sister?
I do say it did indeed provide a sense of wonderment, as though one was absorbed into the cinematography.
Well said. I forthright agree.
Forsooth.
How would you compare Alice Through the Looking Glass to the first film starring Johnny Depp and friends?
I would compare it as though I enjoyed the first film slightly more.
I have to agree with you there. 'Twas more suspenseful and outrageous in a
Indeed.
terrifying manner.
Indeed. I do believe the second film it exceeded my expectations is the word I was going to use.
It's a tricky one.
Indeed. It exceeded my expectations and was very disorienting.
Because of the glasses, which we were compelled upon to wear.
Indeed. But also because of the ocean was up here and the ocean was down here. And they were both going like that.
Spoilers. I must say, it did bring quite an interesting approach to the idea of time travel. Wouldn't you say?
I would say.
There was an interesting time traveling vessel, interesting laws of scientific reason.
And I believe that time itself was a very interesting character.
Yes, Time himself was. The way I would like to describe this movie is it was a much more confusing version of Les Miserables, which you may not understand for you have not seen it. Allow me to explain.
Oh, forsooth! My leg has fallen asleep.
Take, for instance, the small girl who has visions of clouds. She can be compared to Alice. The resemblance between the White Queen and this woman is uncanny. Between the Red Queen and Time himself, fancy words. What I'm trying to say, Helena Bonham Carter and that other dude who was her husband in Les Mis, they're both in Alice Through the Looking Glass. They're the dream team. And it's just very confusing because it kind of feels like Les Mis, but like a weird alternate universe Les Mis. And that's all I'm trying to say. Johnny Depp doesn't fit into Les Mis at all, which we're thankful for.
Simply put, I agree with that.
Would you recommend that people see the movie in 3D if they happen to have a theater nearby that is still playing the movie? For it has been out for a long time.
Since I've not had the pleasure of partaking in the viewing of a 2D version of this film, I would definitely recommend 3D. As I said, it was very easy to be absorbed into the film.
Yes.
I feel as though one was a part of the film.
Yes.
This is the film.
This is one. I'm one.
You are one.
We're all one. So I do believe that concludes our general thoughts. We hope you enjoy as much as we enjoyed. And if you have seen the film already, please stay with us as we will now be talking in depth about its themes and morals and
realizations,
butterflies, the like. If you're leaving us now, thank you for joining us. Until now, you're the best. We think you're cool. See you soon. Do we even have any specific thoughts on the film?
Time himself was my favorite character.
Yeah.
He was not a villain,
No.
nor was he a good guy. He just did what he had to do, as he was Time.
Time's just gonna do what Time's gonna do. Sometimes he's on your side, sometimes he's against you.
Exactly. I thought that was very interesting. Like, it's one of the more awesome characters that I've seen in any movie ever.
I agree. He was very funny. There were quite a few wonderful puns
There were.
associated with his name.
Yes. I thought it was very funny how, as punishment, he was like, it will always be 1 minute to tea time. Because,
Talk about purgatory.
whatever that means.
I enjoyed that this film was based around the Hatter, for he is the source of all things good.
There was that one time when he was a little creepy there.
When?
When he went,
Oh, yeah.
it scared me.
It's so weird because this movie was only rated PG, but there were some pretty scary moments.
I'd give it PG-13, personally.
Yeah, it would have to be on the really, really low end of PG-13.
Yeah. Like,
But like if
Revenge
I was a
of the
9-year-old
Sith.
watching this, I would be screaming in terror. Wasn't this one of Alan Rickman's last films?
yeah.
It was dedicated to him. It was very
I heard his voice and I'm like, oh, where's Harry? Like,
sad.
that was a fun scene when she was in that greenhouse place. Oh, that guy's so messed up.
Which guy?
The mansion guy who she was gonna marry in the first one.
Yeah, he's the worst.
Yeah. I like how the two queens reconciled.
Yeah.
That was nice. It was a very silly grudge.
Yeah. Okay, that's how I felt this whole movie was. It was just silly. The first one was pretty intense. Like, not extremely intense, but there were things like,
The slaying of the Jabberwocky.
yeah, and, is his name Bayard? The Hound.
Oh, I like him.
His family was being held captive in the first one,
Oh,
and there was the thing with the Jabberwocky and Alice's dad, and, like, it was just much more intense.
mhm.
This one was just kind of ridiculous, because it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But it was just really different. Yeah, like their lifelong rivalry was over a cookie.
Yeah. A tart. I was half expecting the Queen of Hearts to be like, that's fine, but I don't accept your apology.
Yeah.
But instead she was like, oh, that's all I ever wanted to hear.
Mhm.
And yeah.
I'm kind of sad that they wrapped up the ending. Like, when... Why?
Yeah.
Because they love them.
Just watch them both again.
Yeah. I guess I just want more movies.
Don't we all?
We must vow to never hate each... I love how ready you are. To never get into a lifelong feud over a cookie.
What if it's chocolate chip?
Oh, good point.
I vow.
Never mind. Oh, I love chocolate chip cookies. Feud started. Yeah, I really liked the way that they did time travel. I like that you weren't allowed to change anything in the past. Because everything always gets so messed up when people time travel.
Mhm.
So that was kind of a nice rule to have, and you didn't get too caught up in it. Like, yeah, there was time travel, but it's not like, oh no, we changed something and now we have to fix everything again, because
Yeah.
that's usually what happens.
Mhm.
I liked the chronosphere.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That's cool.
Yeah. It reminded me of those things at NASA that you sit in to make sure that you're ready for space.
That's me too. When it did
Maybe
that, I
that was
like,
their plan.
yeah, can I do that?
I loved Alice's outfit. OMG, I know why I wore my butterfly dress today. Because Alice was wearing like this Chinese butterfly attire. It was awesome.
But it was over the top awesome.
Yeah.
All the colors and then all the embellishments.
Mm-hmm.
And then to top it off, her hair was twisted up with like a little thing. And
We're
then
the
she
same
had the
that way.
epaulets that kind of fanned down.
Epaulets?
Yeah.
How do you know what those are called?
Jessie.
Jessie?
Yeah.
The show?
Yeah.
The Disney show?
Yeah.
Why did Jessie teach you about epaulets?
Because, you know the lobby man? What's his name? Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know
He's like,
him.
look at my epaulets.
Oh my gosh.
And there's a whole episode pretty much dedicated to his epaulets because then he lost them. And then he's like, where's my epaulets? So now I know what those are.
You know when Time was walking down that platform,
Yeah.
like with all the clocks all lined up and he was delivering people to their final resting place?
Yeah.
And there was that row with like no one in it?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't catch that.
I didn't either.
Like I felt kind of off. I was like, okay. But I didn't really stop and think about it.
Yeah.
So that was kind of fun because the ending was a surprise.
Yeah. There's a lot of little things like that. They're just
Mhm.
like, oh.
Yeah, it was a good movie. Did you just have a revelation?
When Alice was on the ship, why did her dad's watch finally stop even though he was already dead?
Because symbolism, my friend. She had finally let go.
That's deep.
Yeah, thank you. I just made that up.
And that was so nice how she gave it to Time.
That was nice. Because like I said earlier, sometimes time is on your side. It's just all how you look at it.
Yeah.
Just saying. This is a left-handed mug. Which is unfortunate because I'm not left-handed.
I like the Mad Hatter's house.
Yeah, that was a nice house.
It was a hat.
Yeah, it was shaped like that.
Oh, I like how Alice reconciled with her mom.
Yeah, that was good too.
Yeah. Oh, I like how the
Oh no.
the rabbit who was like, spoon.
Mm-hmm.
He had a bunch of little weird lines.
Yeah.
Like, what was the thing he said?
Scone.
Scone.
That was funny. Also,
Tweedledum and Tweedledee.
yeah, we're them.
Yeah. We'll split up together.
So you've heard everything that we have to say about Alice Through the Looking Glass. We hope you enjoy this review. If you have any thoughts of any kind, for any reason, at any time, please leave them here in the comments below us. We do hope you have a marvelous afternoon, and we thank you for joining us today. I'm Lily. This is Mary. Found her in the woods. We'll see you next time.
On The Price is Right.
Wait, that's The Incredibles.